All right, hi. I'm Mr. Tyler, and this is going to be AP Biology today. Mrs. Maxwell is the other teacher in my physical science class, but she's not in this period, so I don't want to confuse you. I just go by Mr. Tyler, not Mrs. Maxwell. Okay? This is AP Biology. And today's date is 8/10/17. And eventually we're going to have student leaders in the class, and you will tell me what we are learning today. Mr. Brown wants to know two things, and we're going to get to that in my slideshow in just a minute. He wants to know, what did you learn today and why? And so a class leader, when I'm taking attendance, a class leader will be talking to the group, and you guys, I'm going to send you to a website that the district has us use to plan this stuff, and you guys are going to backwards design this class and figure out what we're doing today and why. Okay? So I wanted to take this time to tell my story to you. My story is about summer break. That is not me. Okay? I did not lose that much. All right? But that's how it felt, because every day I was in the pool playing with my daughters or watching them swim. Okay? We have a pool in our backyard, so that was our family entertainment. Didn't really go anywhere. All right? I did what I call a starvacation. A starvacation is how I combine staying at home, vacationing, and starving myself. I starved myself because I cut my calories down to about 1,200 calories. I did that using the MyPlate app. So my breakfast was coffee. My lunch was this humongous wrap that I will talk about in a minute, which I love and I can't stop telling people. I made one for Mr. Brown and he wouldn't eat it. And I made one for my teachers and they loved it, so they're all into it. And so this was me. I literally was walking around in the clothes that I usually wear and they would just fall off because I lost so much weight. I'm wearing clothes from like my first year teaching. All right. On Tuesday, where I met freshmen, the meet and greet for freshmen, or Wednesday it was, and my clothes literally were disintegrating. The button like just broke into 1,000 pieces. No one could tell because I had 2 buttons. Thank goodness. It was so embarrassing. All right. So I used this app called MyPlate that I could track everything, and I barely exercised at all. I tried a little bit exercising, but it just wasn't happening. But what this meant was, it was this situation. What does this mean? What word does that picture say? Say it right now. Say it.
Hungry.
You're so close.
Sorry?
Look at his face.
Hangry.
Hangry. I was hangry a lot. My poor kids. They love me, but I was hangry a lot. So at 12, if they were not sitting at the lunch table while I was making my wraps, that was me. Hurry up, get over here, we're eating now. All right? So there's 2 questions that Mr. Brown wants you to be able to ask. What did you learn today? And why? Okay? That's what you guys are going to take 5 minutes to break down up here in backwards design, and I'll tell you all about that when we actually start doing that next week. So who is this? Raise your hand if you know. Don't yell out his name. Who is this? Who is it? Does anybody know? You should. Nobody in here knows who this is. Okay. Have you ever heard of PayPal before? Okay, what's PayPal? Go ahead, Olivia. What's PayPal?
It's a credit card where you buy online things.
Online credit card. All right, it's a secure way to use your credit card online. So it was like the most secure service. So everybody used it for a while. And now everybody has their own credit card thing. But he was lucky. He sold it before everybody switched to their own little system or whatever. Okay, he sold it. So he was a very young billionaire. So his name is Elon Musk. I almost said Mark Zuckerberg because he's also a young billionaire, but that's not Mark Zuckerberg. Do you know what Mark Zuckerberg looks like?
Yeah.
Okay, good. He's the guy that invented Facebook and still runs Facebook, just in case you didn't know that. But this guy I want you to look up tonight. I want you to click on other videos from him. Just pick 3-minute ones and just listen to him talk. He's amazing. So with his $1 billion, he's trying to do 3 things right now. Number 1, he's building the self-driving car, which already exists now. All right? You can push a button and it'll go be an Uber driver for other people. Self-driving car. Okay? That's what they're working on. Number 2, it is an electric car. I'm going to combine those 2 together. It's an electric car. All right? You just plug it in, you're good to go. You drive to Walmart, you find the little spot that has the plug, you plug it in and it charges your car. His car can go like 250 miles, okay, on one charge. And it's super fast, faster than like the muscle cars, the Mustangs and stuff. It's super fast because it's an electric car, it goes faster. 0 to 60. He's also doing SpaceX. Have you guys heard of SpaceX? SpaceX is helping NASA to deliver stuff into space. Their key thing is they send the rocket up and they land it back down on a barge. NASA, it would cost $1 billion to send something like this up to the space shuttle. Hey, we need a mouse. Okay, we'll send it up. It's $1 billion. They wouldn't do that. They'd send a whole bunch of supplies. But it would cost $1 billion because everything would just either get burned up in the atmosphere or land back in the ocean, and they couldn't always reuse them or recover them. Okay? And finally, he's trying to build something called the Hyperloop. Hyperloop is a high-speed magnetic rail system. And it goes basically from, like, let's say Washington, D.C. to California in 20 minutes. That's how fast it goes. So these are all things that he's trying to do. He's just incredible. He also has some very interesting theories about life, kind of like how, do you guys know what The Matrix is? It's one of my favorite movies, but what's The Matrix? It's like what? I saw you shaking your head. What's The Matrix?
I don't know, the future kind of, it's like a distorted reality.
A distorted reality, because where are they really living?
In a virtual reality.
In a virtual reality. So he says we're probably already in a virtual reality. Look at how video games have changed so much over the years that how could we not be in virtual reality? How are we in World 1 right now? How is that possible? We just assume that we're in World 1. We're not some kind of virtual game. But imagine, look at how much, the first game that I played, you moved two rectangles like this to hit a little square back and forth, and that was the awesomest game ever. Okay, Pong. I owned it. All right. Now we've got Call of Duty, where it looks like you're actually in war fighting people. You can see the bullets and the shrapnel flying everywhere. Okay? Games that you would play, Mario Kart, whatever, driving the Mario Kart is way more awesome than Pong, right? So he says, if that's what's happened in 20 years, how do we know that we're not just living in a virtual reality machine right now? That's a very interesting story. He doesn't really like talking about it too much, but people always ask him that because it's so weird. All right. So if I click on the link, I think it crashes everything. So I think I have it booted up right here. Let's watch this video. You can turn that off because we're just going to watch the video. We're going? All right. So what I'm going to do is I made this very simple syllabus. I know you guys have an AP Bio syllabus. This year, I really want to make this happen to you. I want your brain to explode with how awesome this class is. All right. That line is not there. I did not put that line there on purpose. That's what the photocopy machine did. Okay, so I'm going to use the syllabus. I made a new syllabus for physical science this year. I'm actually teaching physical science this year also. It's my first year ever teaching physical science, so I'm basically a first year teacher in physical science. Okay, so I'm going back to first year teacher stuff. So again, those lines right there are not my trademark or anything. That is the copy machine. So you guys are probably going to have a lot of papers that have these lines on them today. But this is basically, we're just in Mr. Tyler's class. The curriculum, AP Biology, is really a secondary thing because what you learn in life and in class is just as important as the curriculum, and I'm going to be teaching you so many different tricks of how to study and how to do awesome things for yourself that you're just going to say, I'm in Mr. Tyler's class. Okay? But I'm going to take you out of your comfort zone a bunch of times, and you just have to go with it. Okay? Just go with it. And we're lucky because we're all girls in here, so it's all girls. There's no embarrassment or anything about the boys. Okay, it's the first time ever I've had an all-girl class, and I'm so psyched because I have 2 daughters, and I just want to make this class really awesome for you guys. So here's how I do the syllabus. All right, you guys have your media release form, so you have your own thing. But for them, I just say, hey, we're going to be YouTubing our channel in this class. So she's doing it right now, recording it for me. All right, next thing, textbook for this class. We use the Mater book. It's on there. It has 2 birds on it. They are called blue-footed boobies. Just keep it like that. I'm going to bring the book over. You don't have to move it. Do it like that. All right, so here's the book. All right, and these birds are called blue-footed boobies. That's the book that we're going to try to use. All right, if I have enough, I'll send you home with one. If I don't, I have another book. It's a backup book that IB gave us, and I'll send you home with one of those. Okay, so the material in there is the same in every biology book. All right, cells, the nucleus, the mitochondria, ribosomes, it's all the same information. All right, so if you get stuck on something for homework-wise, that book is basically your encyclopedia, and also the internet. Okay, so the next thing, we're going to be following the curriculum. It's mandated. This is an AP course. It's given to me. I have very little wiggle room with curriculum, but I like to show one video that relates to it almost daily. All right, every week for sure you're going to watch something interesting in here. All right, sometimes you've seen it before because you have my bio class, but you probably haven't remembered because it was freshman year. All right, but you'll be like, oh yeah. All right, classroom rules. This picture shows it all. It shows some kids raising their hand, and they're all sitting in the rows. I hate that we have to sit in rows like this, but a lot of the times we're going to be in groups of 4, groups of 3, groups of 2 in this class. All right, so today really is just for me to get you in a seat so I can start learning your names, but very soon we're going to be working in groups. We have that whole lab area. We're very lucky to have a huge classroom, so we have a whole lab area. Can you show the lab area over there without showing any kids? With that whole lab area that we're going to have set up. All right. So the next thing, this is how you get an A. I mapped it out for you. Your brain plus putting your heart into your work, you get an A. I have 2 extra ways in case you don't turn something in or you forget to do something, which I know none of you are ever going to have. That's going to happen here. You can do 2 current event articles. I'm going to even tell you where you can go to do it. There's a place called biologynews.net, and I'll tell you later all about it. You read the article. You write a summary of the article. I prefer that you type it since you guys are in AP Bio, but you can type it and turn it in through Edsby. All right. Review the summary of the article, how it relates to class, and what you learned from reading the article. 3 paragraphs. You're trying to make 1 page typed. However far you get, that's what you turn in. 1 page. Or email it to me through Edsby. Okay, I said email, but Edsby it to me. All right. So the grade scale, I'm the only guy that teaches AP Bio. So our grade scale, I don't even know what it is. All right, let me look right here. It is 20% tests and quizzes. That's me. Because traditionally, kids do really bad on tests and quizzes, especially in here because the questions are really difficult. And I'm going to really give you the actual questions that you could see on the exam. We have a special program called AP Insight. And we're going to use that program, and I'm going to give you real questions, and they are hard. All right? So if you pass those tests and quizzes, you are great for the AP exam. If you don't pass, then you know that you need to study for the AP exam because we're going to go over them, and you're going to learn how to answer them for reals. Okay? And then 80% is everything else. So I'm really giving you a roadmap for being able to do really well in this class. Okay? Material-wise, I think we're just going to really shoot for one of these folders right here. You can get them at Publix, 85 cents for 2. Use 1 for each quarter. 20 pieces of lined paper, and you put the syllabus in the very front, and we'll put everything else behind the lined paper as we go. Okay? Really simple. You can leave it in here except for on quiz days or test days you bring it home. Sound good? All right. I don't know if you were here on meet and greet day, but I explained that because I'm making YouTube videos of myself and putting myself on the hot seat, I'm also going to put you in the hot seat a little bit, and I want you to make a video. You can work in a group and make a video for a certain chapter. You don't have to talk in the video if you don't want to be the one talking, but you can be the one filming, like this person right here, okay? So you're going to work together and figure out what you're learning today and why you learned it, why it's important for AP Bio. Can I get thumbs up from everybody? Pretty much. Okay, everybody put thumbs up. Okay, I swear we're going to have a ton of fun in this class. Okay, promise. All right, so we're going to kind of do something nutty. All right, so you can turn that off. We're going to go